So how much does it cost? So advertising on social media can be expensive, especially if you're new, but when it's done correctly, you'll see significant returns on your ad spend. To give you an idea of how much to spend on social media for an event, I tend to allocate £2 for every ticket available into the wider marketing budget, and then £1 of that specifically for digital marketing, which includes social media and some Google advertising for some events. This works effectively when the ticket price is between, say, £20 and £40. If the ticket price is smaller, you may want to allocate 50 to 75p per ticket. And when a ticket price is larger, for a big festival or a big conference, then a good approximation on how much you should spend for marketing per ticket could be around 5% of the ticket price. For example, the digital marketing budget for an event with 500 tickets available and an average price of £25 could be £500. Whereas a conference with 5,000 tickets available and an average price of £100, the marketing budget could be £25,000. In most cases, your digital marketing efforts will be complemented by physical marketing, PR campaigns, influencer marketing, and a few more channels. So if you're new to digital marketing, then the idea of spending thousands of pounds on social media campaigns may seem hard to justify, but the capabilities you have with this approach allows you to achieve far greater results than spending the equivalent on a traditional method such as billboards, posters or flyers. So you can see in the table, I've kind of just tried to display the total number of impressions you can achieve with different budgets and different CPMs. So CPM is cost per mil, which basically means the cost per 1,000 impressions. So if we were a marketing event with 1,000 tickets to sell and we had, say, a £1,000 budget and we achieved, say, an average of £5 CPM, with the campaign we could reach around 200,000 people, 200,000 impressions, so that's not necessarily how many people you'll reach, but how many times an ad was seen. You could then look to split this over the course of an 8-week campaign with 8 different pieces of content, each of them achieving 25,000 impressions. So when you're reporting impressions, the average CPM can vary greatly between social media platforms. You can achieve a CPM anywhere between 50p and £20, depending on the platform, the audience, the duration, and many other contributing factors. So the value and size of your audience will greatly influence your CPM. If your audience is made up of users based on a broad interest-based audience, then the subsequent result, whether measured by cost per click, cost per event response, or cost per purchase, could be above average and not cost effective because the audience aren't really warmed up to you, they don't really know what your brand is, and they'll be less receptive. So if you compare this to an audience based on previous ticket buyers or those who have already visited your ticket page, then the results will be significantly better. In terms of measuring performance, a good cost per click would be anywhere from 20 to 40 pence. That's in British money. Stronger creative assets to a warm audience, an audience already familiar with your brand could achieve anywhere between 5p and 20p per click, whereas an audience unfamiliar with your brand or an ad with a weak creative, say a lot of text in the image, that could see results anywhere over 50p per click. So with my own campaigns, I'll be satisfied with a CPC of less than 30p. Anything above 30p, I'll try to tweak to bring the cost down, and in most cases, any results above 50p, I'll just turn them off immediately. The same approach applies to event responses, which is an objective on Facebook. With smaller, highly relevant audiences, the price per result often increases over time as the audience becomes more saturated and the frequency each user has seen the ads rises. So I tend to turn off ads when they reach a frequency between 3 and 4. I'll show you how to report and check on these frequencies in the future. And that's with the thinking that if somebody is not engaged with my ad, if they've seen it 3 or 4 times, then they're clearly not interested, and the budget would be better spent elsewhere finding new customers. With Snapchat, for example, because of the lack of competition on the platform at the moment, it's still in the fairly early days of being an advertising platform, especially within the events industry. A strong campaign could get you average cost per clicks between 5p and 15p, which is a significantly less than on Facebook and Instagram. As I see it, it's an untapped resource with a younger demographic, and the nature of the platform allows you to reach users who may not be targeted via other social media platforms, so it's worth looking into. Next section will be delving deep into creating ads.